That's because we're here to grow.
They thought we were dead. They thought we were abducted.
They were hoping.
None of it's true.
No, sorry.
That's that's really where it comes from. Antisocial experience 297.
Is it really?
Yeah, 297. The power of belief. And you know what? If we recycled a title, and I don't think we did, but if we did, whatever. It's
our title.
Yeah, it's our title.
We can
Get your own damn title.
That's what I mean. We can do whatever we want. Man. Put a Mr. Yuck sticker and call it a day.
Do you see those anymore?
No, I want to make some though.
Can we modify that and use it for ourselves?
Yeah. We can do whatever. We can be the Yuck Brothers.
Good evening, Mr. Chris. Welcome in. Thank you for showing up.
Or Mr. Yak, I mean, it could go 1,000 ways. We don't have to sit there.
Yeah. No, anyhow, the power of belief. And some may think, when you hear that phrase instantly, that leans so hard into religion. Mm-hmm. And that's not what the hell I'm talking about, at least. When you talk about power of belief, that's the power, the power of belief in yourself. Mm-hmm. Because think about it, man. It's easy to believe in yourself when other people doubt you, doubt what you're doing, doubt that you can run repairs, doubt that you can make a merch company, shirts, whatever, doubt that you can succeed doing anything. That's easy to wave that off because you know what you're doing, But what about when you get to that fork in the road of you're unsure with yourself? You don't even believe in yourself. How do you keep going then? That's the question.
I don't know. I'm not even sure how you keep going. I don't know. The last relationship I was when I got dumped or whatever, it made me question everything I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a hard reset.
Yeah. But everything I was and did and it made me question everything. You know what I mean? Maybe I wasn't right. Maybe the way I dressed, everything. And it just and I don't even know what made me keep going. I guess because I don't feel like there's any other choice.
Yeah, no other choice. There's that, and that's just one thing. Relationships can do that. Changes in careers.
Yeah. Or ups and downs in the business that you're believing or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, just even life, really.
Yeah.
I think is one of the ones where that can make it tough. Because you're trying to do whatever, trying to create a crappy little YouTube channel to have it grow, or, trying to run a business.
Grow.
We got to get that on a shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
We still need to do the sunny place for shady people shirt.
I know. I brought it up to Mustard the other day. I was he said something about Phillipsburg, and I said that. I'm like, yeah, we're making shirts. But yeah, from now on, it's grow.
Grow. Nice. But no, I don't know. Man. I don't have any way to really explain it, because I've been there many times where it's I've had the conversation out loud with myself, I don't even believe in what I'm doing, why,
why the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah. And it's gotten absurd to the point, why am I still doing this? And I'm well, maybe I'm not doing anything here, but I'm at least here pacing back and forth, polishing a floor on this path, or a path on this floor, and I'm who else is going to do it if not me?
Mm-hmm.
Focusing on something different than what you're doing was kind of one way that I've used, having a different approach to doing it, or not really focusing on the main objective. And maybe that's counterproductive or bad advice.
I don't know. If you have time to walk away, fucking walk away. You know what I mean?
That too.
Yeah.
And I think that's collectively what we did for 3 weeks? Was it 3?
Yeah.
4? I don't know.
Yeah, it was 6 weeks total, so it had to be at least 4.
Yeah. So
that was cool.
What?
All that time.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna say that pisses me off too, because those motherfuckers, nobody knows, me and you were in there not sleeping, you know what I mean, nights and nights straight, you know what I mean, trying to get this done. They're just oh, you're just, you know what I mean? And it's just fuck you.
Yeah.
You did everything I could, man.
No, that's the thing too. And I don't think other than either A, live streaming a whole process, or B, recording it, which to set up and do that,
we'd have had 64 hours of tape.
Right. That's what I mean. Just from the production, the small amount of production I did with the Morning Buzz, what it takes to actually record something And people, I don't think until somebody tries and try and tackle that yourself, like get a process and get it refined.
It was like world's greatest podcast host that never had a podcast.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until you actually tackle it and do it, I don't think you can see what goes into it.
No.
And people might think you are playing around, or you're just
being a dick, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Or you're not actually trying.
No,
And it's like, no, man.
Like the last deal, you know what I mean? Every day that your stuff's here, new stuff can't come in. You know what I mean? So therefore, I'm losing money.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and that can be pretty defeating when it gets to points like that. You know, and I don't have a similar thing like the every day something sits here not being picked up and paid for. More stuff can always come in, but every day that it's, you know, sitting here and not picked up, it's like, well, that's money that's not coming in, you know.
Yeah.
And then you just got to start going out of pocket to keep rolling with jobs. It's crazy. So it's a tough thing whenever you get in that spot where you start not believing, you know. And
it's horrible. And it's hard to get yourself out of it too.
Yeah, that I was going to say, that's the other thing. That I think it can lead to all kind of things like laugh, cry, depression. Dude, there's a laundry list.
Yeah, just look at me. Everything you see here, yeah, that's what it leads to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, another good thing, and I know I have trouble doing it as much as you, because even when you're like, you know what, I'm done, I don't want to do this, stepping away is such a hard thing to do when you're under a time crunch, under pressure to finish this, finish that, get something fixed, get this printed, whatever. You're under that pressure. You don't want to let people down, don't want to let yourself down, but sometimes just stepping away, it is the best.
Yeah.
It is the best thing that you can do when you're not getting any progress. It may seem counterproductive to walk away from it, but walk away, come back with a fresh set of eyes, fresh thinking process.
When it's 4 a.m. and nothing's working, like, you know, just
yeah. Walk away from it, come back the next day, and you may see something differently. And sure enough, we've used that once or twice to fix problems.
Yeah,
you know, and that's so don't be afraid to walk away. You know, it is as discouraging as that can feel in the moment. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Like, probably the most sound advice I've ever said is don't be afraid to walk away from something.
No, as long as you have the time, like, you know what I mean? Definitely.
Yeah. Not only that,
and time sucks too. I just want to say that. I hate time. You gotta be here on time. You're out of time. There's just never any time. Like, I'm just fucking sick of time, man.
Yeah, we need a time machine.
Yeah, I do. I'd be a lot happier with one.
I'm waiting on them to allow like human cloning. I want the first couple trials of that to go through and get the bugs worked out. And then I need like 2 or 3 more of me.
Yeah.
And it's not because I don't want to work. It's that I want to be able to focus on a few things more.
Yeah, I don't want to work
while shit keeps getting done.
Yeah, but I don't want to work.
Well, I mean, who really wants to?
No, I know. But like, even with, I don't know. I get like, I wish like I could divide up the business with like subdivision. You know what I mean? Like, there's a salesman, there's a this, there's a that, instead of being all me.
The one-man band?
Yeah. But like, you know, finances don't necessarily let that happen.
No.
But like, when I'm like in the mix talking to these people and making sales, you know what I mean? And like, they're hopping aboard and like I fished them in or whatever. I love that, dude. Like, that's probably one thing in my life.
Oh, being the salesman.
Yeah. And when I get them, like, and I get them, you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely, I'm like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? But then comes all the order and all the work it comes with. And it's like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, man, like, it's just hard to do everything, I guess. Then you're, like I said, you know, I checked my fucking free, Facebook messages for the first time in like 3 months yesterday, dude. Like I want to say like 40 some messages.
That's insane.
Like it was just
yeah,
and it mind fucks me. It doesn't, like, it's not like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? I see that and I just get overwhelmed. I just shut it down. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, that would be overwhelming. Having that much.
Yeah, and then my phone's going off, like text messages, this, that, and like you said, other notifications for this, that, and the other. And it's just like, oh my god, I want to throw through a fucking wall.
Yeah, I get that regularly. I've started turning a lot of notifications for stuff off.
Oh, I did too, man.
Because it's not
anything not necessary.
Yeah, I can always check it later.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. I thought it was cool, like years ago, like years back.
Yeah.
When smartphones were becoming a thing. When, remember the old Motorola Razr?
Yeah.
Those were considered smartphones in their day, but afterward, at some point, they considered it a multimedia phone because you could put music ringtones on them and shit like that, and they were able to start recording crappy video.
Yeah.
But the smartphones that we have today are actual semi-smartphones compared to those. When these smartphones come out and started evolving, like 2008, 9, in that era,
yeah,
having these notifications of shit come, I thought it was great. Like, oh, you'd be notified when something happens. But then you extrapolate that out over years, and all the shit you've signed up for, became a member of, and it's just a never-ending incoming stream of fucking monkey shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it really is. And like, I don't know, the whole thing of being even tied to a phone 24/7. Like, everybody now is expected. Why didn't you answer your phone? Why didn't you answer your phone? Fuck you. You know what I mean? I got to get away from that thing for a while. Like, that's why I didn't answer it.
Yeah, I think the world kind of, like, not the world as a whole, but like the majority of people, if they're a consumer for something, they kind of expect that because they expect it without knowing that they're expecting. I think, like, unknowingly, they shifted into expecting people to, answer their phones all the time just because they have it with them, on them, maybe on it a lot. And I try, like, unless it's an emergency or somebody calls multiple times, like, I'll answer, but I'm not like running out to do stuff on Saturday or Sunday if I don't have to, if it's not an emergency. Granted, I'm not going to let any businesses that I work for start up Monday broken, if that's the case. But your computer's broken and you need to get it fixed, that's fine. Or game console, yeah, I'll see you Monday.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll pick it up Sunday. That way I can get a leap on it Monday. That's fine. But yeah, you don't need to answer. Don't need.
No, and like,
closed on the weekends for a reason.
That's what I mean. And a lot of people are like, oh, they got your number, so they just feel like they can text you and call you, 9:00 at night on Saturday night, and they want answers then. It's like,
yeah,
like, but sorry, no. Like, holy Christ,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. It's
overwhelming. It's a pain in the ass.
Sure.
And it's bullshit.
It's one of those things. Yeah, and it can lead to that not believing mindset.
No, dude, it leads right to it. Like, that's where mine all starts, and then all of a sudden I get like this room full of boxes full of shit, you know what I mean? Then I'm clustered in a little bit. So now I'm like clustered in, and now I got this phone going off, and then, and it's just all building up. And then like a little more, and something goes wrong. And then next thing you know, I'm just a fucking whack job because I want to smash everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know the feeling too well. It's also good. And this doesn't apply for everybody. This is one of those situations. If you have a friend that will help, if you have somebody that, can give you a hand, don't, like, use that if you can. Don't ever be afraid to ask for help, I guess, is the thing, like, to anybody that may be hearing this, listening, watching.
But too many times, everybody wants to help until it's time to help.
Right. You'll get a lot of that.
Yeah.
And then that's when you really see, like, know.
Yeah, that's when you know who you can depend on and who you can't.
Yeah. Chances are, if you don't know anybody that's working stupid crazy hours, burning the candle at both ends, person like you, then you don't know anybody that's going to help. But if you do, those are the type of nut jobs that'll probably help.
Yeah, those are the ones that are going to work 2 jobs and then come help you. You know what I mean? Like, till 5:00 in the morning. Like,
it's fucking nutty, man. I don't know. I think we've talked about different forms of this over the years. I started counting the years. Run through this. See if I'm counting this wrong. I came up with 6 going on 7th. Okay, for this little crappy little show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first published in 2017. So skip 17, started 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 24.
That's 7.
Okay, I'm not counting that wrong. No. So in December, it'll be 7 years.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd make it past like the 7th episode doing this.
Right.
You know,
I came down to hang out for a couple of times.
I know, yeah, I know, like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
I know.
5 years ago.
Who do we got? Oh, good evening, Philip.
Yeah.
Thank you for making it in.
5 years ago.
We got a few more minutes here, but yeah, it's quite a thing. And
Christ, I almost have 200 episodes on this fucking show.
yes,
That's crazy.
yes, yeah, a little bit. And for not ever wanting to do it, not believing why should.
I never had any interest in it whatsoever.
Yeah,
None.
and that's not believing in your. You know what I mean? And think about that. I don't have an exact count, but how many days did we come down here and we're like, you know what? Just we'll do it later this week or just next weekend.
Yeah.
And that's the few odd days over the years that we've missed. Not these past however many weeks while we're taking a break, but I'm talking about the oddball.
Yeah, dude. There's so many times we come down here and we come here at like 2:00 and work until try to get it on by 4:00 and it wouldn't always happen.
No, wouldn't happen, or we would be at that point and not really not believing like what we had for that day.
Yeah, if we
and
had
that was
anything.
in the early days of it though, like trying to feel it out, sort it out. No, and yeah, you gotta. It's not easy, I guess, to always believe in what you're doing, what path you may be taking, whatever. If you're,
Yeah, it's hard not to compare yourself to other people too,
That, yeah, that is an easy recipe for defeat and giving up, walking away, and never coming back if you start doing that. And here's something: if you talk about anybody and mention the word podcast, or there's a conversation about podcasting coming up, you're going to hear about, oh yeah, I want to have a podcast like Joe Rogan. Okay. Well, let's just examine that real quick. Okay. So yeah, he's on Spotify. He may signed a deal for however much money, big dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was he on first? Hardball, and then news radio, TV shows, and then started doing a stand-up comedy career. So he was involved with television, stand-up comedy, and that was back in the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
And he's
like a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah, and then got involved with the UFC.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of this is podcasting yet, and it started in the 80s. Okay, in the 80s, we're making it into the 90s, and then 2000, whatever, 1, 2 comes around. Fear Factor is the thing.
Yeah.
Does that for a number of years till it gets shut down, all the while still doing stand-up, UFC. Then doesn't Fear Factor have a comeback at one point?
I don't know. Philip says Fear Factor before UFC.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I made it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Fear Factor, UFC, all that's happening. And then in 2009, after he already had a massive fan base, started a podcast.
He started in 2009.
2009.
Oh, he's been doing it that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
So 2009 to 19, that's what, 10? And then 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what, is that 15 years?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. By my
he has some real idiots on there sometimes though too, you know what I mean? It's not even the greatest show, man.
Right, but he's making the money.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
But you want to have a show like his, there's a long career before that.
Yeah.
That
he was building a following and everything.
Right. He didn't just like, oh, I'm going to start a podcast and grow from nothing to what it is.
Yeah.
There was a massive fan base beforehand. So you want a show like that, you got to be willing to put in, well, how many years of work was that? Let's just say 89 for argument's sake. Right. I don't know what year he started. 89 to 99, 99, 2009. 30 some, 20 years ahead of starting the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 15 years into the podcast to where it is now.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to happen in your first year. And not saying that there isn't anybody out there that has a recipe that isn't going to be a hit and go viral and then be able to take that and turn it into something else. But yeah, that's not everybody's situation.
No.
But if you want that situation, you're going to have to put a lot of work in beforehand, and you're going to have a lot of those days of not believing in yourself. Like
tons. Tons.
Yeah, metric fuck tons.
Yeah, like 352 days a year.
But yeah, so that's a little bit about belief. because it's not always to believe in what you're doing, man. You
No.
know, but stick with it. And
Yeah.
I think you might find out that you can accomplish more than you ever thought you could.
Absolutely.
Because I wasn't, dude. How unsure. You remember you were here prior to. You were here when I had a boss, and then after having no boss, and I am the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there before, like I saw like before merchandise and after. There, you know what I mean? We were so unsure
Yeah.
both ways, and it's still not a 100%
No.
established only thing.
No.
It's a side thing that we're doing to try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But definitely, like, I don't know. For a long time, I thought it was all just talk. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're just talking, like, you're not going to do it. But like, I look back and I've made thousands of shirts now. Like,
And that's one product.
Yeah.
Not counting hats, koozies, stickers.
Right. Like, I've made thousands.
Throw everything else in.
Yeah.
Plus any little stuff and that's only counting what you did. And also small subcontracting jobs where you literally couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So successful, I would say yes.
Yeah.
What I mean? Room to grow, definitely.
I wish the printers in town, like, I'm talking about, I wish they were like more cool, I guess. The other place.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say names, but because you could subcontractor, like, you know what I mean, out to them or what, you know what I mean, because they have an automatic press and stuff like that. So like, you get a job like the one we dealt with, like, oh, here, you know what I mean, contract print this for me for his price, because that's what like Impact did, you know what I mean. She'd contract print for me for like dirt cheaper garment, you know what I mean. So like,
right,
she would make a little bit, I'd make a little bit, and like, it was good, but like they won't do that.
Oh no, not a chance. No, it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
And some people are like that. And it's funny enough that it used to be like that too, with like, and really it took the internet coming about for people to start sharing information the way they did, especially like with repairs.
Mm-hmm.
and doing stuff. Like, at least in the repair industry, you could go into small shops and they may answer a few questions for you and this and that. They're not going to be open and tell you about their whole process and this and that. Like,
right.
they would, and it's not like there's not trades. I don't want to call them trade secrets, but experience and knowledge is what they're trying to protect.
Yeah.
But
they give you all their shit that they worked, years to get. Like,
But I think, and the internet brought about people being able to share it and people that were willing to.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, at least with repairs, it's a lot more open today than it was.
Think about getting into screen printing back when there's no internet. Like, what the fuck? I wouldn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I never even had a clue what to do.
Go to the library and get a book.
That's what I mean. Like, and is that book really going to explain everything? Well, probably not.
Yeah. Are you going to get somebody that has years of experience telling you what to watch out for?
Like, no.
Probably not. No, man. Yeah, I do miss the days of the library because it was a better world.
I know. I like card catalogs.
Right. Yeah. But I also don't miss the days of it because it's much easier to use.
Yeah, and everything's faster. Yeah, absolutely. But I like card catalogs. I always said I'm going to buy a card catalog.
Dewey Decimal.
And just put it in my living room. Like, there's not going to be any books there, but there's going to be a whole card catalog like there is. You know what I mean? Just full of shit. And I'd be like, ask for something. I'd be like, hey, get out of drawer 3 in the card catalog. And all of a sudden, there's a bunch of index cards with a bunch of books that don't exist,
Well, they exist. Just
not in my house.
Not at your house. Reading. All right, let's address this real quick. Reading and learning is different to seeing and learning. Yeah.
Agreed.
100% agreed.
And some things I have to read and some things I have to see. Like, it depends on what it is. You know what I mean?
Also, I want to state that I think this applies for both of us. It doesn't matter how many videos we've watched about somebody repairing this or that, or printing this, setting up this machine.
Yeah.
Seeing it this many times, you can get a foundation for the process and what's going on.
But
until you do the practical application,
it's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it gets you a base and gets you in the right direction, maybe.
But just seeing it and learning about it usually isn't enough. You got to apply what you're learning to get further down that road.
Yeah, I get that
Yeah,
too.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think people are always good at explaining stuff verbally, and the whole conversation is kind of becoming a lost art that I hope survives. Also with like the art of writing
Yeah.
and cursive. Do they even teach that in school?
No, did you see that freaking postcard I posted the other day?
What?
I got off eBay.
What was it?
It's a Phillipsburg one from 1919.
No.
It's about Front Street, but dude, there's literally the postcard's written on it. It's cursive on it so small I can't decipher all of it, and it's like so tightly written and stuff.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and like, but what I gathered was it was like a lady talking to her son about her husband's funeral. Her son must not have been able to make it, so they're like talking about the services.
Damn.
But yeah, dude, like I cannot, like it's so tight and so small I cannot read it. Like it's.
We can bring it down, put it under the scope.
Yeah,
I can enlarge it for you if you want.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I need to see what it says.
Yeah, we'll get a big printout for you.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, like the cursive on there is just amazing though, dude. Because I mean, it's like words that you know what I mean. Like
they're not teaching that in schools today.
No, do they even teach people how to sign their like signature?
I'm not. I don't know.
Because like that's cursive, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you need that, right? I mean, sometimes you do. Well, of course, now everything's digital. You know what I mean? You just type your name and they make your own thing.
Like I forget what example I made. That 2 times 4 equals purple. How do you feel about that math that they do?
Oh yeah.
I hate that shit.
All that long. Yeah, they're like, hey, we're gonna go to California. We want you to either drive straight to it, but we want to take you the whole way out around Alaska and come back down and go that way because why not? And it's like, why would I take that 47 extra steps to do that? Like the answer's right there.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
I guess, man. I guess people are learning. I don't know.
I think it's dumb.
Supposedly they're learning. The last comment there I didn't read. Someone can explain something to me 10 times and I not get it. Show me once, I never forget it. Yeah. When you see something, it's a definite better example than verbally being explained.
Absolutely.
And that comes in with that conversation being lost art. People being able to articulate themselves and explain things in an understandable manner.
Mm-hmm. Or explain things at all.
We definitely don't do that here. We try to speech it right, but
yeah.
That don't always happen either.
No.
Any last words, Jimmy?
No, I'm pretty good, I think.
All right. With that being said, shows should start publishing again. We're going to try, as we've been saying, we're going to try a different format. Don't know about the lives. I think we may hop on, do some recorded videos and do an occasional live.
Yeah.
But that's definitely the audio show will always be there. If you haven't found it, go find it. The best place to find it, I don't want to say where you find your podcast. Just go to antisocialexperience.com. There is a subscribe. There's a list of links there. You can subscribe, whatever platform or whatever operating system you happen to be on.
Yeah, or wherever you listen to your podcast.
Yeah, right. The way not to say it. Maybe once a month.
We were saying the same thing, man. We were saying the exact same thing, like once a month or something.
He's in our heads.
You're here, man. You're here.
He's in our heads. He's tuned in. He's listening. I don't know how, but he's got that.
Yeah, he's like the whole way over there, and he's got it. Wow.
Damn it.
All right. Well, we better go before he gets anything else.
All right. Have a good week, people.
Yeah,
we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the support over the years, the weeks, months, days, minutes.
Via con Dios.